What's up YouTube, it's Sup TCG here, and thanks again for watching our TCG video on my channel. Today there's another top deck tournament video, and we are here at the quarterfinals. Yeah, we finally made it here, and on the left side we have Yveltal EX. Yeah, that deck is still doing great ever since the XY set has been released. Yveltal EX is just a big bad EX Pokemon that deals a ton of damage. We see that both players don't have basics in their hands, so we reshuffle. And on the right side we have Passimian. Passimian is kind of an underrated deck that can actually hit for quite a lot of damage. It two-shots almost anything in the format, and it can come out of nowhere pretty fast with Nest Ball. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And yeah, looks like the Passimian player can start first, and we see an end straight from the bat. So yeah, the Passimian player must not have a great hand. That's why N is definitely a great play here. You don't want to use Sycamore and get rid of all the crucial stuff in the early game. So yeah, he already has Mew, which can use all the attacks of the Pokemon on your bench. So with that Mew, you can actually use that attack team play of Passimian to deal even more damage if you have 4 Passimian in play. That way you can deal a massive amount of damage, actually to 130 damage in total, I believe. And yeah, there's also a Trainer's Mail. Trainer's Mail makes decks pretty consistent, so we'll see how things continue on. Next up is an Ultra Ball, getting rid of Ultra Ball and Ninja Boy. Funny thing to see here is that Ninja Boy is in that deck, which means Tauros is also in the deck. With Via Seeker, you can easily reuse Ninja Boy to get yourself a great Ninja Boy play out of nowhere. So getting rid of the Ninja Boy is not a bad play at all. We see already 2 Passimian here. And now Puzzles of Time. Puzzles of Time is an interesting card. If you have one of them and you play it, you can look at the top 3 cards and arrange them in any order. If you have 2 of them in the hand, you can get 2 cards, any 2 cards from the discard back into your hand. The reason that Passimian player uses the Puzzles of Time right now is that he hopes to get something decent out of that top deck because his hand was kind of garbage. So we see a Nest Ball here. So the thing you should also notice is that yeah, the Yveltal player does not have a great hand at all. He does have that Fright Night Yveltal, which makes it so the Float Stone and any other tool card for that matter does not have any effect. He also has that Fighting Fury battle of Yveltal EX and has a Shaman. So yeah, double Carlos Energy onto Mew. Mew can deal 100 damage, and that is the exact amount of damage that Fright Night Yveltal will receive right now. We also see that the Tauros is benched as well, and now an Enhanced Hammer getting rid of the double Carlos Energy. Not bad at all. So Ultra Ball coming down, getting rid of Lysander and the Delinquent on the Yveltal player side, and he's probably gonna get out another Shaman or something that can help him out because he has a terrible hand. As you might have seen, that's why he even got to discard that Delinquent. So there's another Shaman. Hopefully he can draw into something amazing here because he does have a pretty slow start. That is not something you want when you're playing a top deck tournament like this. So he gets 3 cards out of that Shaman. And yeah, it looks like he does not draw into the cards he wants. And he's doubting what to use next. He does have yeah, he's gonna power up the Yveltal EX, which is the best thing he can do in this situation. And he's just gonna pass the turn right here. Fright Night is stuck in the active position, which only has 30 damage remaining, or actually 30 HP remaining. Should not be that hard to knock out. We see a Puzzle of Time once again. So we're looking at the top 3 cards. There's a Floatstone, Lysander in there, and something else. Yeah, the cards get rearranged like that. The reason that we don't get stuck on that Puzzle of Time, the player wants to actually use them right away because he has Sycamore, I believe. So here we see, yeah, Strong Energy coming onto Passimian. Now that Passimian can already start to snipe, and we see Professor Kukui as well. And yeah, Trainer's Mail, 2 Float Stones, and thanks to that Puzzle of Time, he actually knew that there was something in there. So he's gonna use a Nest Ball here because there is 1 Passimian prized. And that is something you should know, so that's why he's gonna get that, yeah, Trubbish into play. and 30 damage dealing on that Yveltal EX. There's that. So with that first attack, you cannot attack the active, so that's why he attacked the benched Yveltal EX, which is not bad. He already has that Fighting Fury Belt, that is a big target. He's using Ultra Ball, getting rid of Garbodor and the Tauros, the Yveltal player. And what will we see up next? Probably, yeah, another Yveltal. Yeah, this one is kind of interesting. It has the attack Oblivion Wing, only gives up one prize card, and can actually deal some damage here and there. It's actually a nice choice in this matchup, getting actually all the energies onto Yveltal EX, then start dishing out one hit KOs on Passimian. So he's given an energy to the Oblivion Wing Yveltal, and then skips the turn once again. So Passimian player light centers out that Yveltal EX, the biggest target on that field. So another strong energy coming down, and yeah, now I think he is able to deal, let's see, 70, 90, yeah, 70 damage, which gets up to 100. Yeah, that Yveltal has 100 damage right now. It has resistance, and now the Yveltal player just knocks out that Passimian. So there's that. And now Enhanced Hammer coming down, together with the Nest Ball, so we know that the Passimian is prized. And he's actually not gutting out anything, so we'll see just a Nest Ball for nothing. That is something you can do, that's not public knowledge. And what is up next? Yeah, we see a Sycamore, yeah, getting rid of a regular fighting energy. Kind of neat to see that he also runs a regular fighting energy instead of just strong energies. Quite good against Enhanced Hammer shenanigans. Or maybe Giratina, that can cause a bit of trouble here. That cannot, if he used that Chaos Wheel, we cannot attach special energy, so maybe that's the reason. Okay, there's the Tauros that the Passimian player promotes with Fighting Fury Belt. Also, Faded Down has been slapped down. Faded Down makes it so all Mega Pokemon get 2 damage counters between turns. But this is not good in this matchup. Yveltal does not run Megas, but he just wanted to slap down that Stadium card regardless. Now we see the Yveltal player getting a Professor Kukui out of that Trainer's Mail, shuffling the deck once again. And now we see Professor Kukui, so he will definitely deal more damage because of that Kukui. Also drawing 2 cards, quite consistent in aggressive decks, that is. And he's calculating some damage here and there. Tauros is not the target you want to deal damage on. So there's an escape rope, getting rid of that Tauros that stares you in the face, that wants to absorb damage and then strike back with a Mad Bull GX. Oblivion Wing, actually there's no darkness energies in the discard, but he can deal 30 damage on the Trubbish, which the Passimian player promoted. So now a Float Stone coming down on that Trubbish. Trubbish is going, yeah, on the active position, going back to the bench faster than we can count. We see an N coming down. Both players get 6 cards because no Pokemon have been knocked out yet. So place your bets in the comment section below. Who will win this top deck tournament? The contenders are still Decidueye, Umbreon, surprisingly Umbreon. If you haven't watched that video, definitely check it out. Then we also have yeah, the winner of this one. We'll have to see who comes out on top. Yeah, that Trubbish retreated back to the bench. And now we see, I think that was a special charge, getting some special energies back into the deck. What is coming up next? There's Super Rod. Gonna get fighting energy, Passimian and Trubbish back into the deck, filling up the deck with special energies, Pokemon, basic energy. So yeah, a bunch of resources are getting back into the deck of the Passimian player. And yeah, I do think that's it for the turn. We are, yeah, there's 30 damage, finally knocking out that Fright Night Yveltal and getting 1 prize card. Only 1 though, and It looks like he did not get that Passimian out of the prizes. It's still priced, so that is not good. We see a Floatstone coming down, an energy on Yveltal EX, and a Sycamore. So the Yveltal player definitely needs an alternate attacker besides that Yveltal EX. Yeah, boom! Yveltal getting rid of another Passimian. Alright, Trainer's Mail, 4 cards, a VS Seeker is in there. Passimian won't deal a lot of damage at the moment, but we still need... Yeah, how many damage does that Yveltal EX has? Maybe 120, could be something like that. I do think it is 120 damage that Passimian player, actually that Yveltal has. So we're using Kukui, and there's a double Card's energy. Fighting Fury Belt actually makes it up to 90, which knocks out the Yveltal. Yeah, it is 120 damage, and that is all he needs to get rid of that Yveltal EX. Okay. Not bad at all. So yeah, Shaman coming down as well. Some people might question the Shaman and the Passimian deck, but it gives back consistency in the late game and in the early stages. So Yveltal EX hitting the discard is a huge play right there. And another Kukui coming down. And the Yveltal player will definitely not be able to recover from this unless he has another Yveltal EX to back it up. Still has that Oblivion Wing, which can get back the energies, so that's good. But no Yveltal EX, and that is unfortunate because, yeah, with that he is not able to charge another Yveltal EX. Instead, he just has to get energy to Shaman, and things go from there. Lysandering out, yeah, the Shaman, and that attack, Mad Bull GX goes down on that Shaman. So the Passimian player only needs one more prize card, and then it wins the first round, which is, yeah, surprisingly, because Yveltal usually has the upper hand. There's also Reverse Valley that is there to deal extra damage, and he's using the strategy of the Sky Field. Actually, not the Sky Field, the Sky Return of the Shaman to, yeah, gets himself the Shaman back in the hand. He must have a really terrible hand, which is kind of unfortunate if you're playing a tournament, and yeah, having some terrible luck like that is not something you want. So yeah, he concedes here, and we are going to the next round, round 2, the quarterfinals, Yveltal versus Passimian. Yeah, hopefully the Yveltal player has a bit of better luck on his side, because yeah, that first round was just terrible. He only got out one, what was it? One Yveltal EX. Not something to be proud of. Only one, and got destroyed by the, yeah, by the likes of Tauros. And the Yveltal player now starts with the Shaman. And there's also Trainer's Mail, Maxilexer. He's using Ultra Ball, getting rid of the Maxilexer. Quite questionable here. Maybe he wants to thin out his deck. And yeah, what will he get with that Ultra Ball? And yeah, that's what I thought. Probably getting out another Shaman to get the consistency going straight from the bat. That is always something you want. Getting consistency, getting out your stuff. Once you get out your stuff on the bench, things go way easier. And wow, he gets out stuff. Yveltal, Fury Belt, Energy, Sycamore, Trubbish on the bench. Wow, Yveltal must have, yeah, blessed by the gods, and gets a return to the game. A powerful start, even though he has a Shaman. Yeah, and the Passimian player only attaches a strong energy, and that's it. Looks like there are 3 VS Seekers in his hand, so he's using Puzzles of Time to put something that decent in the top 3 cards, because that's all he can do. He can use 30 damage on Yveltal EX, and that's that. We also bench that Trubbish, and the 3 VS Seekers in the hand will not help at all. So Yveltal on the active position, is capable of dealing more than enough damage to destroy Trubbish because Reverse Valley is out. Fighting Fury Bell is on the Yveltal, so boom! Trubbish hits the discard. Now, yeah, puzzle of time once again. There's still nothing in there. And looks like Passimian is just stuck with Lysander. Lysander on Trubbish just to stall. That's the only thing he can do right now because there are 3 VS Seekers in the hand. The opponent does not know it, so he says, oh, you have 3 cards in the hand. Interesting. Actually, he's gonna do something here. And he uses Parallel City, slaps that down. Passimian can only have 3 bench Pokemon, so a Sycamore. 1. Ba-bam. Yeah, there's a Delinquent in the hand. That could also have been a nice option right there. He also evolved to Garbodor. That can cause a bit of troubles. Now if I top deck Shaman, nothing will change, but I know what the player will top deck with that. Puzzles of time. Yeah, Darkness Energy going to the Garbodor. And now Silent Lap is going down. And 30 damage again on the Yveltal EX. Because resistance is not allowed. And wow! There it is. The 3 VS Seekers go into discard with Delinquent. Another Parallel City gets slapped down. And yeah, with that double Carlos energy, he retreats to Yveltal EX. That will be able to deal 100 damage, I believe. Yeah. Or is it 90? Yeah, it's not enough. Another 8 top decks and energy. That's yeah, that's the game right there. That was just terrible. Dead draw for Passimian, and yeah, the Yveltal player goes through and wins that round. The winner of this match will face either Decidueye or Umbreon GX in the upcoming match. So yeah, there's a lot at stake here. The losing player gets discarded from the tournament, and the winning player goes on. Yveltal does have the slight edge because of that resistance capability. Also Garbodor blocks Mew, so there's that. So usually Yveltal just wants to power up one Yveltal EX and go through all those Passimians in one shot. So yeah, Passimian player starts with Passimian. We have an Ultra Ball, and that Ultra Ball actually goes straight for the Shaman on the this side. A Shaman will draw extra cards, so yeah, there's that. There's no draw supporter from that player just yet, so we have a strong energy, a Shaman for 3 cards, and 2 Passimian hit the field together with Silent Lap. Silent Lap makes it so the Shaman won't work, and yeah, Parallel City already gets rid of that, so there's no troubles right there. Regular Yveltal with Oblivion Wing is in the active position, not the worst card to have. Yeah. The player shuffles his deck, and with that Trainer's Mail going on, he's using another Trainer's Mail. look at that. 2 Trainer's Mail straight in a row in an Yveltal deck. That is crazy. So there's Delinquent, and that Delinquent is kind of troublesome because if he uses that Passimian player won't have a lot of cards left in his deck, or actually in his hand. So he's using Delinquent straight away, and yeah. Passimian player does not have a single card in his hand, so he has to top deck. And there's that. He top decks VS Seeker. Lucky, I guess. Yeah, there's nothing else that he could have done. And yeah, he's using nothing because that first attack of Passimian only attacks the bench. So there's that. Okay, there's a Sycamore. Wow. Not bad at all. So what is he gonna do? Gonna get out the Reverse Valley. Reverse Valley so makes it so Darkness Pokemon deal 10 more damage. On the other side, the Metal Pokemon receive 10 less damage. There's no Metal Pokemon inside, so it only is beneficial for the Darkness types. There's a Shaman as well. Shaman will get him fresh cards, which is always a good thing. 1, 2, 3. 3 cards for the Shaman, and now he definitely wants to get out Yveltal EX, because with that regular one, he won't make it. Yeah. He's still doubting. Oblivion Wing will deal 30 damage, but yeah, he gets another energy to the Oblivion Wing Yveltal, dealing 30 damage and also getting an energy to Shaman. So yeah, retreat from the Passimian player and attaches double colorless energy. So now Shaymin goes into the hand with Sky Return. Interesting combo right here. That double colorless energy top deck was just what the Passimian player needed to get back into this game. So Ultra Ball coming down. He discards Garbodor and the VS Seeker. And now we see the big bad Yveltal EX. Will he be able to use it at its full potential and get rid of the monkeys that are now grouping together and already are scared of this big bad beast? Yeah. What will happen next? Find out now. Okay. Max Elixir. Top 6 cards get a basic energy. There's a fire. Actually, it's a darkness energy going to that Yveltal EX, which is just what he needed. He can attack with that Yveltal EX, or he can actually destroy Passimians in one blow because Reverse Valley is out, believe it or not, dealing 10 extra damage to that Passimian. And with that regular, actually it's a double colorless energy going on that Yveltal, also a Sycamore, a fresh hand of 7. So we'll see Oblivion Wing Yveltal using its second attack. It only gives up 1 prize card, it deals enough damage, so that is interesting. Also, he has to flip a coin if tails. Yeah. He cannot use that attack during his next turn, so Shaymin for 5. We see that. Also, double colorless energy is on the Passimian. That Passimian can now attack. Not that it will deal a lot of damage, because there's no Passimian to boost that power. There's already, yeah, one in the discard. So there's another one coming. That Passimian grouping together to deal extra damage. And the Passimian player is going through the discard pretty fast. And he has the VS Seeker for the Lysander. He's gonna Lysander out something. Now he's still doubting. What will he Lysander? He Lysanders out the Yveltal with no energies. Kind of interesting here. Also using team play. And now, wow, already escape rope. So that strategy did not go as planned. So Trubbish will be the sacrificial pawn in this situation. And the Yveltal EX is ready with his attack Evil Ball to destroy everything in its path. So it's looking pretty grim for Passimian. Boom! That, yeah, Evil Ball definitely destroys Passimian. So there's not much in the hand. Only strong energy and a VS Seeker. So yeah, there's a card right there. There's the strong energy. And yeah, he uses the Sycamore here. That was a cool top deck, by the way. Nice to see that one. But it won't make that big of a difference because, yeah, that Yveltal is just looking way too scary. There's also a regular one on the bench with a ton of energy. So Ultra Ball coming down, getting rid of the Nest Ball and a double colorless energy. Kind of, yeah, crazy to get rid of a double colorless energy. Looks like that is the only option the player has. So switching out, manual retreat to Tauros. And we see how this goes. Tauros absorbs damage and then uses Mad Bull GX. Alright, what will Yveltal do? Attack? Or just pass? Or Lysander? There's a bunch of options. You can also retreat to the Oblivion Wing, attach energies with that. There's Professor Kukui, drawing 2 cards, using Float Zone, so he's going with that route. And he is actually going to use that second attack. I think it's called Darkness Blade or something, dealing 130 damage with per addition of Kukui and Reverse Valley. So Tauros won't survive the next hit, but that double colorless energy is in play though. So there's a puzzle of time, rearranging cards on the top of the deck. And now double colorless energy will use regular rage to get rid of an Yveltal. Now, special charge, getting special energy back into the deck. Mainly that double colorless energy, that's the only card that gets recovered with this. And I don't see a way that Passimian can overcome the situation right here. There's already 2 Yveltal EX staring it down, also Sycamore, so Yveltal showing the power once again. This is just getting ridiculous. Passimian is getting overrun, even with that Tauros GX. There's not much you can do about it. So yeah, Tauros hits the discard. Yveltal only needs 2 more prize cards, so we can maybe try and target that Shaman. That could work. Okay, Floatstone, and Sycamore. Yeah, another Sycamore for a fresh hand of 7. So this is still not done, this game. So a lot of cards in there. So there's a special charge on this side as well. And yeah, getting back those special energies. Also, Super Rod gets back Passimian, Tauros, and yeah, I think it's what was that? Another Trubbish. Getting that into the deck. Now Nazball gets that Tauros GX back from the dead. And yeah, that is the situation once again. Tauros will be the stall, wall. And yeah, that will be it for this turn. Fighting Fury Belt to make sure that it doesn't get one-shotted. And that's it. Has to pass the turn once again. Yveltal, you cannot attack it. You have to four-shot it with that Passimian or anything like that. So not much there is to do about that. Mew can also attack one time and then it also hits the discard. Tauros does have a massive amount of HP right now. 220, which is crazy to think about. So reverse valley. So he's using Evil Ball for a bazillion damage. Which actually is more than enough to two-shot this Tauros. Next turn it hits the discard. So there's an end coming down. The opponent only gets 2 cards. The other player gets 5. Wow. Yeah, he scoops the game and that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, Yveltal EX goes to the finals. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely support the channel by just subscribing and liking. And I will see you guys soon with more TCG videos. Thanks for watching.